Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night, my friends, and I'm back, and we're going to be jumping right on back into some Shadowrun returns here, my friends. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all healthy, happy, and all the above. And what? Excuse me. Kicking butt and taking names and just having fun along the way. So yeah. Not much else to say other than to just kind of get right. Wrong buttons. There we go. Other than to get right back on into the game itself. There we go. Alright. Can follow up again with the doctor here. In Shadowrunner circles, the term doctor is often used quite liberally to describe any sawbones with a needle and a thread. But in the case of Union's resident medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. Excuse me. Oof, I don't know why I start talking and suddenly I'm yawning. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite complete with shamanic fetishes. This is sixth world medicine of the highest caliber. The doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely if not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder like her own personal gargoyle. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. I'm Dr. Kessel. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for that. You're welcome, Doc, and I gotta say that was some work you did on her. Your talents may be going to waste down here. High praise for a simple arm swap, especially since she wouldn't let me repair her face. She notes you eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service med bay under a dive bar in a slum. Don't be. This is Shadowrunner Bar, after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there is no better place to set up practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for their runs. I may not be as mobile as Doc Wagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? Ooh, man, oh man. I don't know why. I just start yawning as soon as I go live. Every time. What cyberware do you have available? Magnification eyes. Adds plus 3% to hit. Silvertech Cyber Arm adds plus 6 hit points. A data jack, a requirement for riggers and deckers and those that want to use a smart link weapon. What do we have? So dermal plating. And there's a lot there. So get the data jack. I guess it's 5.5. I see. So Essence says how much you can actually put on your body. Got it. We'll get the vision magnification as well. That seems like that would be a good idea. Alright. Cyberware causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character, as magic is equal to essence rounded down. Magic is very important for spellcasters. The base number of spell slots available to casters is equal to half their magic rounded down. Therefore, losing essence can cause spell slots to be permanently lost. In addition, each point of magic lost increases all spell cooldowns by +1. Casting a spell again while it's cooling causes drain damage to the caster. You cannot have less than 1 essence. Alright. Sure. Okay. I see shamanic fetishes. You a shaman too? While modern medical technology makes surgery less disruptive than it used to be, it's still an ordeal for both the body and the spirit, requiring extensive recuperation to properly heal. I am trained in the ways of the spirit world as well as the scientific world. I do my best to heal the whole patient. Okay. What do you got in terms of medical supplies? Dock wagon. Okay. Cool. Alright. Awesome. So I think we've looked at everything here and talked to everybody. So let's go hopefully back upstairs. Alright, and where is who's the other guy I gotta talk to? Oh, here we go. Mr. Delilah. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shoddy on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? Mr. Delilah, we have business to discuss. What business? I got no business with you. We're with Coyote. She's indisposed at the moment. At the mention of Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why, just say so. Coyote is late. My client is getting anxious. Where is she? Downstairs trying on a new arm. Your run went south for her. No kidding. Huh. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. So who are you two? Ma'am, he's Paco. Great, we're all introduced. Now give me my stones. Alright, here, have all the stones. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scoop on his eye. Moving quickly through what appear to be the most valuable stones, he stops when he finds what appears to be an ordinary pebble inscribed with Hebrew characters. That's the one. He pockets it. Okay, you done good, but you're late, and Coyote knows that. In this case, late equals no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the rest of the gems as your reward. Deal. Mr. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in. Listen, you look like the sort of woman who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me. I'll set you up. He dismisses you with a wave. Looks like you impressed him. I know a fence for those gems. Ben Guess. Follow me. Alright. Van Grass. Sorry. Van Grass is busy talking on his comlink, checking his heads-up display and motioning to a runner standing nearby, all at the same time. He's an intense little man. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. I'm Van Grass. Make it quick. Biz is good. Talk to me. We have some pretty things to sell. You'll want to see them. I have a fondness for pretty things. Let me see. You hear the servos in Van Grass's cyber eye whir as a magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Huh. Where'd you get this dreck? A gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for them. I have no way of getting more than that, do I? Alright, whatever. Sounds good, pay me. Done. Give me your cred stick. Okay. Well, we got 1,000 yen out of it anyway, so there's that. I think that's everything here. We just got to take a cab to the NTSB warehouse, so let's do it. The South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstresses Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim, left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and gray. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters on the broken down street. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Okay. Going on here. I guess this is the gate that we're having to approach, huh? Chopped up plane right there. Nothing that way. Wanted to see if maybe there was a side entrance or something. I guess we're going right up to the fence. Halt! Lone Star Guard. The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absent-mindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted, street scum? Security edit. Officer Aguirre called me in. Needs me to rule out the killer bypass security or if they were let in. Oh, of course. I'll open the gates. Aguirre is just inside the warehouse. Definitely no holes in our security here. Tip-top shape. Okay. I kind of want to snoop around a little bit, see if there's anything worth taking here, but I kind of doubt it. Oh, well, I say that, and then there's two icons over here. Machete concussion grenade. Phosphorus grenade. Send it to my stash. The warehouse. Inside, the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. Up to him, okay. Locked doors. Need to go right now. The old poster depicts a Svet young woman. What does that say? Svet young woman something. I didn't quite catch all of it. Oh, it's the bathroom. That's why it's like you can't go. Right. Took you sweet time, didn't you? You know the traffic these days. Fill me in. We had time to go over the evidence while you were en route. Turns out this might not be a Ripper murder after all. I left the computer on in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to try to determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicate he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Well, scientists don't make good criminals. Tell me about it. Some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his court master's involvement and try to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Okay. Guess that's the office there, or... That must be the office they want me to check out. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside, you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect the toothbrush. The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. I don't know if that's a very good smell or not. Inspect the comb. The comb is black plastic and has some wiry gray hairs stuck in it. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly... never mind. Leave locker. I already read that. Is that it there? Researchers' work cyber terminal has been left on, presumably by the Lone Star investigators. I read the notes for Case File 95. Case File 95, Federated Boeing Jetliner, IDN 2305, corporate owner Ares. The plane had several mechanical issues resulting in a mayday at 3:04 a.m. on June 17, 2053. 2:45 a.m., the pilot reported that the altimeter was reading in the negative values. 2:49 a.m., the co-pilot takes over the controls as the pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. 2:58 a.m., the pilot cannot be contacted or located by a plane steward. 3:04 a.m., the co-pilot radios in a mayday. 3:12 a.m., the plane crashes into an empty field in western North Dakota. Case File 96. Case File 96, Pratt Whitney, unmanned, ID number 327. Corporate owner Ares. Summary redacted and time log redacted. Read the researcher's private notes. The notes that appear on screen pertain to NTSB Case File 96, the crash of an Ares jetliner near the UCAS and Sioux Nation border. The crash is reportedly the result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigator's notes, however, you find substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Renraku research initiative. This information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. You download the researcher's notes to your PDA. Read notes for Case File 98. The file has been corrupted. Interesting. Interesting. Anything down here? Imagine we'll be down here at some point. Because that door is locked. Door won't even open. Shannon Half Sky. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. I see you've been praying. Do you know the deceased? Yes, he's my older brother. I've asked Bear to help me speak to him. She shakes her head, looking like one who has found herself lost for the first time in her life. I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. I can tell you're used to shouldering a heavy burden, but maybe there's an easier way. She looks at you, the flattery largely failing to affect her given the circumstances, but then inspiration dispels the dark cloud surrounding her. Perhaps my brother's spirit is too weak. That's a given. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are others, other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration, as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of a plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help. They wish to be heard. And I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe that I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? Do what I can. There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or possibly the shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Dig through the pile. Find nothing interesting about the shoes in the pile. It's hard to say whether this is a heap of items and refuse covered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through it. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile, and your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Inspect the earring. The earring is made out of burnished steel, formed into the shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You take the earring. Inspect the dented lunchbox. A dented tin lunchbox that's seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grinning troll on the front. Inspect the cred stick. Surprisingly, the cred stick is still functional. You slide it into your PDA and 200 new yens is added to your account. Okay, I was going to say, I grabbed one, but I wasn't sure if that counted as both or not. Oh. What would this other piece be? I bet it's up in this area, probably. I can't get to right now. Let's talk to Dresden. I'm surprised to see you here. Let me guess, Officer Aguirre tipped you off? Suppose you must have made an impression with him at the market yesterday. Or your cred stick did at any rate. He chuckles. Anyway, surprise, we've got another Ripper victim on our hands. So what's the story with this one? The victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. Cause of death unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Nice hole where his chest was, so what was on the butcher's shopping list? Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. Sounds like the Ripper's taking different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs. Any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting, since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it is an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, coincidence. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other two. If I find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. That would make the most sense because, Coyote, I think, mentioned that Sam had, was sick at some point and then came back and was better. So, my guess is he got a transplant of some kind. And perhaps all these organs came from the same person, and maybe whoever this Ripper is, they're trying to recover all that person's organs and put them back together again. Who knows? It seems like it's going in that direction. Is McCluskey getting any closer to a suspect? McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands. Don't tell him I said that. How's Officer Aguirre doing on the case? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey could get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, ma'am? I don't think Aguirre's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. So who's that woman over there? No clue. She just showed up. Next of kin, I think. Let me take a look around. Alright. So not much else there. The problem here is... I don't see another... something else to interact with other than this locked door up there. So I wonder if there's another way in that locked door from outside here. Guess not. What? This was a core pit. Why did they leave the evidence on the computer? Good catch. That information's probably worth a fortune if you found a buyer. Oh, great. Thanks for that. There's a way to like hack something in here, or like what else do I look for here? Oh, I went after the comb again. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end. And when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. Alright. So now it's the comb actually had significance now after talking to her. Okay. It feels as though you have found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a time. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... What the hell is all this? Yep, Klusky's here. Officer Aguirre trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. There's a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. That's her brother. Makes it her business. No, that's a corpse, which makes it my business. Now get the hell out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret, or worse, something I'd enjoy. Alright. That man is an ass. She stares daggers at McCluskey from across the warehouse. But there's no helping it now. I should just be grateful you were able to collect these items before those clods carried everything off. Can we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. We'll come back later once the coast is clear. I can't stand the waiting, but I don't see any other choice. You sure you're up for this? It may be a rabbit hole, but I have to get to the bottom of it. Whatever your reasons, I thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kinds of people we need. Just smile. Good. I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled yen from inside a leather pouch, starts to count it out, then shoves a whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. Alright, return to Seamstress Union. As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote pops up on the screen. Coyote looks tense. Hi, ma'am. You in the middle of something? No problem. What do you need? Back up. Her jaw sets. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squats. Ran my world when I was growing up. Sounds nasty. Her brow furrows. It was, for all kinds of reasons. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some twakers. Bad guys. They hooked him on high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of dreck. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away. Then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since trying to find him. So I'm guessing you have a new lead? It's not a lead. Her face lights up. She's running hot, has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. Got an old friend who eyeballed herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but we could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. On my way. I knew you'd come. I'll send you the address. See you soon. Coyote's Crusade. The cluster of dilapidated buildings where Coyote told you to meet her appears to be the remnants of a public housing project. The buildings look like a cesspool filled with human debris. You find her standing with Paco on a street corner, eyeing the roofs, the doorways, the windows. Despite his attempts to engage her, Coyote barely says a word as the three of you weave your way through the tenements. She walks purposefully, her new cyber hand flexing open and closed with each step. It's unclear whether the action is voluntary or not. You circle around the back of a building and Coyote jumps up, grabs the bottom rung of the fire escape ladder, and pulls it down. Without a signal, she starts her climb towards the roof. Paco looks at you worriedly, and starts up the ladder. Thanks for meeting us, ma'am. I owe you one. No sweat. I figured you could use the backup. Yeah, you never know what sort of firepower to expect in one of these BTL squats. She brightens. Oh, hey, listen. I got good news for you. You know Sam's sister Jessica? One of my contacts found her for me while you were on your way here. I called her and asked her to meet you at the Union later today. Hope that helps. Good job, thanks. She looks at you, her scarred face soft. Least I could do. Alright, let's get this done. My cousin Gino should be in one of the squads past that door up ahead. I hear there's a whole lab set up in there. From my experience, there's usually a lookout watching for cops outside and a guard at the door inside. Like I said, I don't know how much firepower to expect, but these guys are nasty, so stay on guard. I just want to get in, grab Gino, and get out. Right behind you, babe. Let's do this. Okay. Before we do this, let's use some of our karma here. Some range combat. Let's get 3 points with a rifle. And we'll put the rest in dodge. Why not? Why not? Alright. That looks good to me. Let's quick save. Let's see what we got going on here. BTL Clocker. The orc looks twitchy, his eyes rolling in his head. He scans the three of you, looks past to see if there are others, licks his lips, and nods throughout as if going through some internal checklist. Hoi, hoi, how you doing? Good day for a trip, ain't it? She leans in, whispers in your ear. This guy's a clocker. Trades work time for chips. Part salesman, part lookout. Probably has a signal device for the guys inside. You want to go on a ride? Kind of rides can I go on? We got it all of it. We got it all, yeah. What you want to do? But you want to do some crime? You want to be bad? We can hook you up. Don't roll that way. Want to be a hero? Be a hero. We got fairy tale Drek chummers, love. You name it. And you can slag and frag to your heart's content. That's the real thing, right? Slagging and fragging. Don't matter what the trip as long as there's slagging involved, right? Coyote's eyes are hard, her pupils tight little pinpricks of hate. You do snuff too, don't you? The clocker looks around, more nervous now. Maybe, yeah, maybe. For the right price. You can feel it. What it's like to die, what it's like to kill. So how does this place operate? How do I get in? That's the best part. The best part. It's a lab. They test new stuff here. The latest trick. You can place a special order on, and they'll make it happen. You buy a pass card from the guy at the door. I'll get you in and out anytime you want. And you can buy a beetle and slot right there. Our guys guard you while you're chipping. Safest way, chummer. Safest way. Alright, just let me in. I'll see you around after this. Probably see you lots. Okay. Concerned woman. The woman is probably in her 30s, but hard times have aged her. She looks at you with concern. Don't do it, friends. Don't slot that direct they're selling. BTLs are killers. Theirs most of all. Sound like you know from experience. She pulls her hair back to show you. No implant. And her mouth tightens and her eyes well up in tears. I do. I know. I lost my husband, lost my son, my daughter. They use her. To record. Tears stream down her face. Any chip heads inside the lab? Yep, all day, all night. And they can be dangerous, too. Chip heads? Dangerous? Once someone's chipped, they can send them any program they want, make them do whatever, turn them into whores, killers, anything. We're looking for a kid named Gino. Know him? Who doesn't? He's here all the time. Gino's a clocker, trades his time for chips. Like the little errand boy. I saw him go in there this morning. Hasn't come out, so I imagine he's riding a dream chip. You have a pass card to get in there? No, but Jamal has. My son's card. Took it off him when his brain fried. Jamal's down the hall. Don't know if he'll give it up, but that's between you and him. What kind of guards do they have in this place? She looks around, frightened, whispers, They're serious. This place is backed by the Yakuza. Japanese mafia. Oh, man. How many and what kind of firepower? There's a guy on the door, Charlie. He sells the passes to get in. He's not tough, blind in one eye. There's another 5 or so wandering around. 2 of them are bad guys, covered in magic symbols. Mean. She's amped, ready. 5 or 6, that's not so bad. We have a surprise on our side. Got to go. Alright. Save the game. Here's Charlie. Charlie's an orc with an expression of boredom and one milky eye. He drones through his standard patter. Beat a pass, 50 new yen each. 150 new yen for the lot of you. That'll let you come and go as you please. You can chip in there and we'll keep you safe while you ride. BTL chips are separate costs, last about 3 hours. Prices vary. Buy those inside. Let's fix him with a stare. I don't think we need passes, do you? There's one good eye wavers. Nope, I'm good. See you on the way out. And then there's Jamal. Do I talk to Jamal? Jamal has the look of a long-time chiphead. Emaciated, hollow-eyed, but hungry and desperate. What you looking at? No, I could have gotten the pass car from him. No, okay, never mind. Don't need it now, I don't think. Keep on moving across the bridge. Wait, how did I get... How did I get down there to up here? Did I miss something here? I'm confused. If I click on here. What? Wait, what? Am I losing my mind here? How are they? This is a floor, and then this is a floor, right? So how are they walking from down there to up here? Oh no, it's not a floor. It looks like a second floor. Okay. All right. No, I'm like so confused. I'm like, this looks like a second floor up here, but it's not. It's all just, it just has that illusion of being a second floor. It's really just, we just went underneath an overhang. Okay. Oof. Jeez Louise. Just, I'm like, what in the MC Escher just happened? Holy crap. That had me completely fooled. I'm like, what am I looking at? Oh man. All right. I'm losing it here. I'm losing it. Losing all the marbles. The entire floor of this tenement has been given over to a chaos of technology and squalor. Across the room, a chromed-out Decker argues loudly with an armed thug, abruptly falling silent as they turn towards you. The shotgun-wielding thug squeaks in panic. It's the crew that took out Stevie J's place. I told you it was only a matter of time. The man with the cyberdeck calmly speaks with a heavily digitized voice. You messed with the wrong BTL lab. This is Yakuza operation. With the push of a button, I can make these tweakers into my own personal killer puppets. You're fragged. Did I do a digitized voice enough there? I don't know. Ma'am, don't attack any of the chip heads. They don't know what they're doing, and you could hurt Gino. No civilian casualties. Got it. I have a concussion grenade. Better than fragging the tweakers if they get caught in the middle. Okay. So this is going to be a thing. So who do we... So that's a BTL operator. That's a chip head. BTL security. Yakuza Decker. Chip head. Okay, so don't hit the chip heads. Which is going to be easier said than done, I feel like. But let's get over here. And do I want, let's use our... So the shoddy is short range. I guess the shoddy will probably work here, right? Or it won't because it's too short range. Okay. Now he said he had a concussion grenade. I wonder... See, it's not going to work if they're not all standing together here. So let's have him come over here. Maybe, or even right up there. Does she have something other than a shoddy? She's got this. Alright, so 60% shot there. Do you have anything else? Got a smoke grenade. That might be interesting, although it takes 2 AP to throw it. Great. Well, one of these shots has got to hit. Some point. Alright, let's get you off the shoddy and onto this. Alright, so the operator's coming for you. So let's club him. Go. All right. And we got more guys running up here. What are you? Shaman, bodyguard. Oh boy. This is not. It is not great. 96% chance here. Okay, can we... Let's have you shoot him. Good. And then you need to reposition here, I think, because I need you to... Yeah, I need you to... Yeah, I knew that guy was going to come do something. Alright, let's see what we got here. It'll take me 2 to get over there. And get 1 over here. I don't want to shoot her. I do want to shoot him. This guy's just got a bat, which just really sucks, but let's see if I can wail on the bodyguard. A couple crits out of it. Guy missed me at point blank range. That's awesome. That guy unfortunately did not miss. Alright, so... Which health do you have? You have some health packs on you, though. Okay, that's good. Unfortunately, they keep stealing one of your APs, which is not so good. Oh, the shaman came after me, huh? Well, you just came into range of my shotty. Okay, and what is this guy? That's the chiphead man. We don't want to hurt him. I want to go after this guy. Got him. Get to that BTL computer. Got it. Better than life database management system. Forcibly end the puppet BTLs or gently wind down the puppets, which I don't have decking 3, so I guess we're forcibly ending them. They won't attack us anymore. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this thing is still active here. It's Wind Dancer. Where can I go to... Ooh, 5% and I still managed it. Damn it, stop hurting her. Mark enemy, use a med kit on yourself. Or, oh, oh, shoot, it wasn't her turn yet. Whoops, oh well. I forgot. Can you... It's 10 per round. Yep. That sucks. Let's get over here and shoot this thing in the face. Or miss it entirely. He needs to heal. Damn it. How many freaking hit points does this thing have? Oh, for crying out loud, really? Christ's sake. No, I need the, I need to raise him, I think, so I can't do that. Let's go get him up. Okay. So that's a thing. Nothing in there, huh? Alright. Talk to Gino, I guess. You eject the BTL Gino's been riding? He gasps suddenly and his eyes flutter open. He looks confused, worse than the other chipheads you've seen. His lips are white and chapped, his eyes sunk into his head. There's vomit on his shirt and sweat on his forehead. When he speaks, his words are slurred. He's burnt. What the hell? Who slid me out? Who fragging slid me out? Coyote is shaking. She looks horrified. Gino, it's me. It's Carla. Gino looks at her with glazed eyes. No recognition. Slide me back in, god damn it. This is bullshit. I don't want to be here anymore. Slide me back in. He looks around the room angrily. His hand reaches for his implant. Coyote grabs his wrist, stops him. Gino, no. Coyote, be careful. Gino wrenches his wrist from Coyote's grasp and he staggers back, reaches under his shirt and pulls out a gun. Coyote watches him, horrified, with tears in her eyes. Gino waves it around, blinking wildly. Back off! Just back the hell off! Take it easy, Gino. We're backing off. He presses his hands to the side of his head, his fingers still on the trigger, squints. What the hell's wrong with you people? We're trying to help you. This is the way you help me. Look at this place. Look at me. He looks around at the squalor of the room, then glimpses his own reflection in the machinery. Oh, God, look at me. Put the gun down, Gino. Come with us. No, you don't. You can't understand what it's like out here. I'm naked. I gotta slide in and get away. He points the gun at Coyote. You're not gonna stop me. I'll friggin' kill you first. Gino, no. Well, he missed her. I'm sorry, Carla. I'm so sorry. Coyote looks to you, tears in her eyes. He was beyond help, Coyote. I'm sorry, but he's at rest now. I'm not stopping. Not now, not ever. She looks at Paco, back at you, the angel of death. A real rain is coming to Seattle. It's going to wash the scum off the streets. I'm going to burn away every mother fragging BTL shop in the sprawl until they are all gone. Every mother fragging one. She's a little pissed. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit pissed. Looking for trouble. Shannon's plan is the best lead you've got to find more about the Ripper. But getting back into the warehouse is going to require some support in case the dreck hits the fan. The Seamstresses Union will have exactly what you need, a fixer. Finding this necessary middleman and deal broker is key to most plans involving Shadowrunners. A good fixer is worth the new yen. It's their job to have the contacts and know who's good at what. They'll put together the team you need, magical support, skilled street samurai for muscle, or a Nova Hut decker for matrix work. Running the shadows is a life and death gamble. It pays to hire the best Shadowrunners you can. Talk to Fixer Mr. Delilah about hiring runners. John Bartlett. Oh, Cherry Bomb flags you down as you walk through the door. Hey, man, there's a woman looking for you. Jessica something. She's waiting for you by the stage. Bellevue type. Wouldn't order anything. Won't touch anything. I think she's afraid of diseases or something. Thanks, Cherry. No charge, chummer. I'm going to have a look around. Have fun. Full of life, with a quick smile, the man tilts his head and watches you approach. Hey, lady, what's shaking? A little of this, a little of that. I hear that, old man. I might have something for you if you got the new yen. Time is money, I'm listening. You ever hear of the Nephilim Network? Of course you have. An in-the-know lady like you has got to have heard of the premier merc team out there. If you say so. We're tight units. We cost a bit more than the common rabble, but we're worth it. Okay. There's Van Grass. I'm very busy. You'll show me something. Oh, wait. This guy's all business. I'm very busy. You show me something worth my time, or you walk away. Data from the NTSB. Renraku would pay to keep it quiet, and Ares would pay to know what it is. I got 800 new yen for something like that. Deal. It's done. Alright. There's Jessica Watts waiting for us. At a glance, you can tell that Sam's sister Jessica is from a different world. The opposite of Sam in almost every way. Her suit is tailored, her eyes are sharp, and her style exudes authority. Miss Watts, Jessica Watts. She eyes you up and down warily. She does a good job of hiding it, but it is clear that she's well outside of her comfort zone. Yes, and you are? Ma'am, I'm looking into your brother Sam's death. I was told as much on the phone. A woman who called herself Coyote contacted me this morning to inform me that my brother was dead, and that I should somehow come to this place and speak to someone about an investigation. That's right, and I'm hoping you can help me get to the bottom of this. I don't know what use I'll be. Just answer a few questions is all. All right, but... She then furrows her brow, regarding you more critically. You're not with the police, are you? No, I'm not. Is that a problem? Her frown grows more pronounced. No, it's just that I don't want anyone else getting hurt on account of my brother. Surely there's an official police investigation going on. Why not let the professionals handle this? Hey, Outlaw, welcome on in. I think they could use all the help they can get. But you must have better things to do than waste your time searching for whoever killed my low-life brother. Well, first, Sam was my friend, and second, I'm being paid for my trouble. She seems genuinely surprised. Someone's paying you? I find it hard to believe that anyone who really knows Sam would put up the money. Who is it? Well, Sam. He hired me from beyond the grave. I don't understand. It's called a dead man's switch. It's triggered when he died. Am I to believe that my drunken sot of a brother hired you to find the person who killed him after he died? Her boardroom mask drops momentarily, and in a sigh she reveals a brief glimpse of real emotion. I left Seattle to get away from Sam and his bullshit. Now I'm back, he's dead, and I still have to deal with him. Jessica composes herself, and in a breath the mask is back in place. Listen to me, ma'am. You seem like a decent person, but I'm trying to move on with my life. Our mother killed herself last year, and Sam, well, Sam was Sam. You know, I've worked so hard to put my family issues behind me. I don't want to see this drag on. Um, I'm closing in. I could feel, well, I would love nothing more than to give you closure and quickly. I appreciate that, but I think I'd prefer to just let it be. No one else needs to get hurt. Ouch. Itchy. Eye is itchy. Pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. It was a relatively quiet day, which is good. So, you know, starting to kind of get back into a nice relaxed pattern, which is nice. Um, your brother had my back when I needed him. I can't walk away from this. Are we talking about the same man? My brother was worthless, man. Worthless. He used people. She sighs. She's done. Never mind. I could see that you're not going to let this go, and I respect that you're honoring my brother's memory in your own way. But I hope you can understand how emotional this is for me. Jessica's demeanor instantly changes from reluctant to helpful in the span of a single meditative breath. Maybe you could do things in a way that the police can't, and maybe I could help. What do you need from me? When was the last time you saw or spoke to Sam? It's been ages. I can't even remember. There was a note on Sam's body, sounded like an apology, an offer to meet up and bury the hatchet. It was signed Jessica. I wrote many such notes in the beginning, but I haven't made such an effort in a long time now. I don't know why he would have kept it. Did Sam have any enemies? Sam's biggest enemy was Sam. I don't know of any others. You would likely know better than me these days. Tell me about your mother and her death. She was a devout Catholic. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that she sacrificed her life for Sam and me. But she turned a blind eye to what Sam was becoming, refused to acknowledge his downward slide. I couldn't watch her do it anymore, and I moved out. After I left, we drifted farther and farther apart. I wasn't here when she died. In fact, I don't even know about it until I returned to Seattle 5 months ago. Where were you living before you moved back here? Cal Free. What brought you down here? What brought you down there? It was less of what brought me there than what made me leave here. I had felt lost in Seattle, so I moved to California to see if I could find myself. And did you? Actually, yes. While I was there, I had developed a whole new outlook on life, a vision for what the world could become, and I came back here to help make it happen. I think I know the answer to these two questions, so I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you. Just as well. I need to get back to the office. But before I go, you should know that I'm reinterring my mother's body tomorrow, and I'm arranging to have Sam buried with her. The funeral is tomorrow at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, 7 o'clock. You're more than welcome to attend. Thanks. Goodbye. I hope you find what you're looking for. Stay safe. I got 2 karma for that. I say that. Alright, let's get us a fixer. If you're talking to me, there's business to transact, am I right? Yes, Mr. Delilah, I have a need I think you can fill. Of course you do. That's why you came back. Street talk is what you... There's English there somewhere. That's why you came back. Street talk is that you're tracking that Ripper. What can I do for you, Ripper Tracker? I need to put a crew together. You got scratch, or you plan to pay me out of your earnings? How much is this going to cost me? Well, for your speed, hired help will run you about 1,200 a head. If you start taking on tougher jobs, well, the more experienced the runner, the higher the rates. I have 5,000 yen, so I can pay the runners up front. Excellent. We agree on terms. I've got some runners on call if you got any special requests. Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me make sure I took care of everything here. I think I did, but let's spend the 5 karma we have. I feel like I'm going to need a little bit. I mean, we'll probably hire a decker. Although it would be nice and useful if I had some decking experience, I guess. I have level 2 on it, don't I? Okay, let's do this. And we'll get enemy HP visible there. Alright, confirm. We'll do that. Oh, I got 6,000 yen. Okay. So we're good on that one. Coyote. Coyote's wiping down the back bar. She doesn't stop when you approach. Keeps her eyes on her work. Hey. Hey, you okay? Yep, fine. Listen, I don't want to talk about what happened with Gino, okay? What's done is done. Gino's dead, I'm alive, and that's all there is to it. If the Baron's right, nothing more to do or say. I'm going to be looking for work. Your kind of work. So if something comes up, keep me in mind. I will. Okay, I gotta do this now. The afternoon checklist isn't gonna finish itself. Yeah, I was gonna... I guess I could buy some stuff, but honestly, I don't know that I need to buy anything right now. Glad to see you well, Mim. And you, Mr. Clue, holding down the fort? As always, though people are more on edge than usual. Word got around about that latest Ripper killing, and people aren't feeling safe. And when people feel unsafe, they either go to ground or they huddle up. You noticed how empty the streets are these days? That's because everyone's either locked in their squats, holed up in places like this, or seeking refuge in the nearest Universal Brotherhood chapter house. Safety in numbers, chummer. Not that we need numbers here. I got it covered. I bet you do. See you later. Okay. I think we've talked to, like, everybody. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, so what do I need? So obviously we'll have Shannon Halfsky with us, who is a shaman. We'll probably need a decker of some kind. So we'll take... well, I guess we'll take Shiny Bit. And we need one more. got riggers, we got samurai, we got shaman, we got human adept, dwarf adept. I don't think. I mean, I'm the range guy, so I don't think I want a mage because that's just another range guy. I think a dwarf adept is probably a good thing, so we'll do that, and we'll see what happens. All right, 2,300 up front there. Let's do it. Return to the docks. You return to the docks to meet Shannon Halfsky. Although the Ripper's latest victim was her brother, but okay, that sentence is weird. Although the Ripper's latest victim was her brother, but Shannon appears cool and professional. Okay. A consummate runner by birth, if not by trade. She'll get the job done, and hopefully one of the hearth spirits in this place can point you towards the Ripper. Dealing with spirits can be tricky business, but when they deliver, it's pure platinum. One doesn't have to be an Amerindian shaman to summon and control spirits. Anyone with magic talent could do it, but Shannon seems to have a particular connection to the spirit world. As you approach the gate, you know something's not right. The dock's already strange and uncomfortable at night, trigger the need for caution. Then you see it. The guards are missing and the gate's been smashed in. Okay. I have some empty room here. I guess we'll put a nitro on there, and we'll get another frag grenade. Maybe that seems reasonable. I don't have any other health kits or anything, so that's what we're going to have to roll with. About time you showed up. Looks like we weren't the only ones who want to take advantage of the situation. A bunch of mercs have locked down the area. I don't think they're here for us, though. My guess is there's something worth a bit of coin left in that warehouse. Damn, I was hoping this would be a milk run. Me too. Figured we'd just have to sneak past a few Lone Star sentries, but I saw at least 4 mercs out there with bigger guns than Lone Star carries. Okay. Well, I guess we have no choice but to take them on head on. Huh? You there? This block is off limits. There's we've got a gas leak on the docks here. No loitering. This guy doesn't look like one of the hired mercenaries. Hey, are you even listening? Get out of here. I'm not here for you. Just let me through. Look, Leahy, I don't want to have to do this. Really? Okay, he's got 20 hit points. And he's dead. Okay. Well, that was a thing. We found the stormtrooper in the compound. Couldn't hit anything and died instantly. Just make sure there's nothing else around here that would be of any interest to us. Take the stuff out of there. Uh-oh. Guys showing up. Okay. 30 hit points? Hmm. Do you have anything else? You just got a pistol, huh? And you freaking missed. What do you get? Do you only have a pistol? You've got a machete. Alright. Go machete him. Damn, 15 damage. Oh, the dwarf. Oh, there's the dwarf with the axe. Okay. We're like, what? Why did he go run off there? What can you do? Manipult and haste. Okay. So let's get you over here. Can't do either of those. %. Man, that guy... He has no aim whatsoever. Damn. There's something to grab there too. Looks like the key to the warehouse. Got a Shadowrun over there. Yep. Okay. There's like zero cover in this place. Line of sight to him. Alright, so damn it, line of sight blocked again. Jesus. Got him. Alright. As soon as the last merc hits the ground, the docks become eerily silent. He's hurt a little bit, but let's go and do this. Spirit talk. You head inside the darkened warehouse with Shannon. Her eyes have that far-off gaze associated with looking into the astral plane. When the world changed, the Native American tribes made a resurgence as well, demanding a place in the new world. They got it. The Salish should he? Salish should he? The council now represents 8.6 million Amerindians across a multitude of tribes. Salish, Maka, Sinarak, and others. They have adapted to the awakening better than other nations, thanks to a deeper connection to the world, both physical and spiritual. You can see that connection alive in Shadow now. You notice the shift in her focus as she returns to the present. She nods to you. She can sense the spirits in this place. Now you just need to find them. Find that data or dead meat. Okay. What do we got here? We got Shadowrunner with 30 HP. We got Shadowrunner with 20 HP. Adept with 30. Okay. Well, I guess the best thing we can do is walk up on them. %. Okay. We got you there. Elemental, Force 2 Nature Elemental. Oh. You've got a Nature Elemental. Alright. Nice. We can summon the spirit. Alright. Let's get you over here. What was that? 31? 31%? That... Man, you're an absolutely terrible shot. Manifest, a powerful magical punch that ignores armor. Unarmed damage increased by 4. The adept gains a light cover bonus to magic spells. Damage 10. This is my dwarf adept. Alright, I'll have him run in. As this guy comes running out. Troll Shadowrunner, huh? Up here, and see if I can shoot this guy. 18% chance of a crit. There we go. Let's do AP by 1 for 2 rounds. I mean, that would have been... Let's do that. Let's increase your AP. Excellent. Oh, it immediately takes effect? That's pretty cool. I didn't know it would immediately take effect. I thought it would take a turn, but sure, that works. Oh my god, you're standing right behind him. Just hit him. Jesus. How do you miss? Oh, wow, okay. He says as he misses. There you go. Somebody else here? No, I'm guessing we're okay now. Nope. There's no enemy turns being taken, so I don't know why we're still in. Oh, there's a guy here. I didn't even see this guy. Okay, well that explains it. Okay, where's... Is there another guy here somewhere? Oh, they're down there. I see. So this guy is can we do something interesting here? No, I guess not. Let's have you heal yourself. %, huh? Yeah, we can't do anything there right now. %, huh? Can you... Who else had the mark targets? You do. Alright, and a little haste there. Oh, there are more guys there. Ouch. Okay, let's do mana bolts. Line of sight blocked. Of course it is. Should I hold on to the nature elemental or should I send it out? I feel like it might be early to do that. We can get you somewhere. We can get some line of sight, maybe. All right, what do you have? Okay, you got mark target, which is really needed. Fortunately, you missed. All right, and let's get. Oh, you can't get too far up there. And you really need to not miss on marking a target. There we go. All right. Good stuff. Picked up an Ares flight recorder. Look around first because they managed to open up all these doors that weren't here before. Don't see anything there. I will now summon the spirit. Forgotten souls. The air grows cold, and the spirits of dead children coalesce from the vapor of your breath. Their cherubic faces are burned. Cherubic faces are burned, and their lips quiver as if they are about to cry. But their eyes are round and vacant, and they glare at you now, unblinking. We are the innocents who have perished in the flames, choking on smoke, as we fell from the sky, crying for our mothers. You bring anchors to your world, which was once home to us, and we will use them to testify. Show the first magical fetish to the spirits.
We no longer see the world of flesh seeker, only the essence and was of living things. Words, though, words may echo through the veil, and sometimes we may hear them.
Oh, God. I picked the wrong voice for this. Holy crap.
Last night, this place was filled with a scream that went on and on, drawing us to it. It was a man crying out for a witness as he died. And so we came to bear witness, but fled in terror before the malevolent spirits that profaned the man's remains. This spirit was other. It was not of this place. It had twisted its way through the veil and through the dark to come here.
Show the second magical fetish to the spirits.
When the other had gone and we returned to our vigil, we found two creatures of flesh. One you would call an elf, unsullied by technology, and able to channel the energies of the cosmos. Yet his spirit was corrupted from within. He was dark and twisted, yet not like the other, so we did not flee. The second we knew to be a troll. Ribbons of his essence had been flayed from him, leaving cold machinery behind. His aura was the aura of one simple and confused. Between elf and troll lay the remains of the man whose sister now chants to us for justice. The elf, his essence remains in this place. Where the man died, something has been left behind, a small part of him, perhaps.
Spirit, can you tell us any more? The spirits begin to fade, all but the one. Its eyes harden. It takes full measure of you, as if to commit everything about you to memory.
No, we must not stay.
With the spirits gone, the young shaman releases her hold on the magical tether connecting her to the other realm. She reels from the backlash, or perhaps from the emotional toll of knowing her brother's last moments.
They saw him. They were with him when he died.
You all right? She takes a series of controlled breaths, only shuddering with the first few.
No, but I will be. I don't want that for him. Not what those poor souls have endured. My brother deserves to be free.
I can't get much more free to death. Amen to that. He is free. What we do now, we do for a living.
Thank you. And you're right. This isn't over yet.
We have to find that piece of the elf the spirit spoke of. It is our best hope of stopping this. Whew. All right, let me take some water after that. Destroying my voice here. Oh, you wouldn't think that would be a strain on your voice, but when you haven't spoken all day to anybody, it takes its toll. All right. don't know how I do it. Sheer what was the line from Star Trek Picard? Sheer fucking hubris. That's how I do it. Oh man. So we'll come back out here. Oh damn. I'm actually not that tired, but it sounds like I am. Blood. This is what the spirits wanted us to find. The piece of my brother's killer. It's not much, but it is enough. She scowls at it, looking every bit like she intends to reach through the small sample and dismember its owner from afar. And perhaps she can. Can you track him with that? I can, given enough time. But I'm still feeling quite drained. I'll need to rest before I can try anything so involved. When I'm able, I'll commune with Bear, consult the spirits, and do what must be done. But in the meantime, you might take some portion of the sample to pursue a more conventional avenue of attack. I have some friends who might be able to help. Good. Let me know if you learn anything about this elf and troll pair. And should you find them, I want to be there when they are brought low. I want to see the light leave their eyes. For my brother. There's no one else I'd rather have by my side. Let's check in here. So I guess they just didn't get into this room. Huh. Alright. There's nothing there to be seen. So, I guess out we go. After hours, when you return to the Seamstress's Union in the early hours of the morning, it seems a completely different place, bereft of the normal crowd that haunts it. The bar feels desolate, almost abandoned. It's eerie, like the back hallways of hotels and shopping malls. But you finally have a break in your case, a sample of the Ripper's blood. You just need to find someone to help you analyze it. Whew. Without its colorful staff cast of regulars and posing tourists, the Union feels hollow. The front bar and lounge are deserted except for a handful of janitors. Mrs. Kabuto is in the back. All right. Gathered around the intimate back bar, Mrs. Kubota and her coterie gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausages fills the room. Ohio, would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Omei, but you look like hell. Long night. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activities. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. I agree. Good to be back in one piece. It's good to have you back. I can tell you have been busy, and I can see by the look on your face that there is something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yep, I found some DNA evidence and need help analyzing it. That is excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I am certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you, if they are awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. Thanks. Gambate kudase. Good luck. Evening, ma'am. What's the word around town, Mr. Clue? There's been More talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of the victims all being human. What if I told you the prime suspects were an elf and a troll? Still doesn't mean the killings are racially motivated. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though. That should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Clue, but he reins himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and a smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry. Not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce a stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, ma'am. Alright. The digital world. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper. The Matrix, the cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network, a digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work, while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black IC that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker and you can die. Alright. Let's do a little F5 here. David Fry the second. Morning. You look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action, too. Suppose I could use a shower. You're here to buy equipment? Negative. Need DNA analysis. Fry can help you out. Doc Cottle's equipment isn't really set up for that. He considers for a moment. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information is still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. That's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via Matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Give Fred a blood sample. Ma'am, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. No Drek? He turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy. You've got work to do. And, ma'am, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig. 2 karma. What kind of hardware or software can you give me? I need decking 5, decking 3. First deck made for Shadowrunner, simple, street ready, and nearly indestructible. Do I have a deck? I don't think I even have a deck, do I? I guess we should buy one. And some software. So Killjoy does -2 AP to single target. Blaster level 2. Area of effect, matrix attack that deals -75 IP damage to IC and Deckers. Erosion. Erodes integrity points of an IC. Does -75 IP. With ongoing -25 IP for 2 rounds. That sounds rather good, because that's... yeah. It only costs 1 action point. Alright, take that. and I think medic. And probably shield as well. Execute Assassin ESP. Creates an Assassin Expert System program. Huh. Huh. Well, we'll just take these for now. So I see what is up with everything there. Okay, so let's go. I can take that out. I can take that out. Probably take that out too right now. And then I guess I can't actually equip that or anything. Not sure how that works. Huh. Okay. Alright, that's my stash over there. Alright, let's do quick save. Was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you for, say, 20%. That leaves $2,000 for you. Sure. Pleasure doing business. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. That's great, Professor. What's the plan? We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. We have extensive DNA archives, and we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? 0? So, yeah, this will be a thing. I guess they'll have to deck in for us. Wait, I can't deck in at all. I just don't have the ability. Do I have any Oh, I do. Let's we should probably spend the 18 karma that I have. That would probably be a good idea. Do that. What else do I want? Do that. Use up all of our karma there, and then so what can I do? Cyberware. Okay, so I have to equip it like it's a weapon, huh? Which I guess technically it would be a weapon. So let me see. We're in turn-based mode, which kind of sucks. Let's unequip our shoddy, and we'll put this there. Okay, there we go. And then I guess now that I have that, I can probably equip these. How do I equip stuff on the deck? Oh, I guess when we go to that screen, I can then, before we jack in, I can set it. His deck and his programs there. Okay. Can I not also? Arch will take us to the next node. Daystar has, okay. Alright. I guess this is the alert level here. Okay. Got one target. Oh, okay. Once his turn finishes, then I can take my turn. Got it. Okay, I was like, shouldn't I be able to take a turn here? But yes. Yes, I should be able to. Okay. Okay, hello. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. You have a good night. Excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network into the digital world washes over you, grips you, crushes you into a singularity, and expands you infinitely. You are one with the data stream. Welcome to the Matrix. Um, Alright, so do something here. Right, you get back here. Take a breather. Okay. Oh man, you gotta hit these shots. There we go. IC is down. Let's see if there's a match in this fingerprint. Hacked DNA database. 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject Silas Forsberg, deceased. Chop shop surgical assistant. Breaking and entering 2 counts, and public indecency 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man? Let's keep looking. Okay. Use net archive. Alright, let's can we heal you? Autopsy records here. This is pretty awful here. Alright, so yeah, 50 left. How much do you have left? It won't tell me. Not a lot. Okay. Let's, maybe, how can we do this? Just realize that we're like, we hit the limit here. If I destroy you, and then get out. Stun for 5 action points. Yes, confirm. There we go. Newsnet. Return on subject Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body, a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns, yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. Might be something we can go on. Let's regroup in meat space for a bit. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says he's left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe find out who his psychiatrist was will give us the next clue. My gut says we can deck in the medical board's records and reverse trace to find his doctor. You in? Punch it, man. Go. Yeah. Oh, did the layout change? Huh. Layout changed a little bit. Oh, for crying out loud, really? Go. Patient records. Searching medical records. Silas Forsberg. Medical records file for Silas Forsberg. Locate it. 2020 to 2030. Pediatric record partial. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. Okay. 2030 to 2040. Data missing or corrupted, contact your administrator for help. 2040 to present. File is quite large. It takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It is written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to this case. I will inform him at the next session. Oh, so he took on... He's a changeling, so he took on the personality of this guy then. Guy name now, Dr. Holmes. Let's keep looking. Let's keep going and find out where he works. Okay. Go. And go. Employment records located. Henry Hollins Holmes, MD, PhD. Check current employment status. Current employment status, Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Sonoma, Washington, UCAS. Check previous employers. 2045 to 2054, Psychiatrist in Residence, Mercy Mental Hospital. 2040 to 2045, Attending Psychiatrist, Mercy Mental Hospital. 2030 to 2040, Private Practice. Okay. Bingo. Back to meat space again. Can we just like... I guess we can't just leave without having to go all the way back, I guess. All right. There we go. Reality is at the end of the day contextual, and as the meat world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect from your deck and find that the Union's safe house has risen. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here? DNA evidence doesn't belong to the killer. I guess that's still a possibility. You seemed pretty sure when we got there that it did. What about Silas's autopsy report, though? Anything stand out? He was killed by sedatives, but the coroner still thought he had ripped his own face off. Coroner really phoned it in on that one. Happens way too often when there's no next of kin waiting to foot the bills for a thorough autopsy. I definitely don't think that report told the whole story. They match the identity by the dental records, right? Not the most reliable. It matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street no one will miss, swap the teeth, and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Luckily, I've never been that desperate. Why would he need to go to those lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to a different crime? You had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. True, wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. Late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor. Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as the administrator at Mercy Mental, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown, the same person his DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being your killer, whoever he really is. I should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions. Please pay him my respects. I always find that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends and go load it for bear. I sideloaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. Well, I'll see you later. Okay. Talk to Johnny and Fry about the case. What do we got here? Got six more karma. Which I kind of want to spend on pistols and shotties here, or at least range combat. Now, you know what? We can do both the pistol and the shoddy. That gets our full 6 there. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to save the game here, my friends. And I'm going to have to call it at this point, because it is that time of the night. And that will do it this week for Shadowrun Returns. We'll be back to some more Shadowrun Returns on Wednesday and Thursday of next week, most likely. Although I know that there's other games coming out and stuff too, but I definitely think I want to stick to this at least on Wednesday and Thursday if we can. So we'll do that, and we'll see what Monday and Tuesday have in store for us. Probably, most likely, we'll be back to Borderlands 4, but like I said, there's other things coming out, which I think they're coming out like Thursday or something. So we'll see how it goes there with that. But tomorrow night is going to be, we'll be back to some programming, doing some coding, and getting that together. Maybe possibly getting some progress, hopefully, on the old game engine I'm working on. But we'll see. I mean, it's slow and arduous, but I'm also not spending that much time on it per week, so it's going to be what it is right now. And then we'll also do that Saturday afternoon, most likely, and then Saturday night. I think if the playtest is still going on, I'm going to play The Lift and try that game out, because I'm intrigued by it. It's you're a janitor you're a maintenance man in a supernatural building, which is kind of interesting. It's got an interesting premise, and I want to see what it's like. So we'll see. Hopefully that playtest is still going on Saturday. I imagine it will be. And then Sunday we're definitely back. I'm going to try to get an earlier start again, like I did last Sunday. We're definitely back to No Man's Sky, and we're going to start Expedition 4. The old Expedition 4. So that'll be good. We'll be able to do our thing here. So cool. All right. Oh, you're a Shadowrun player IRL. This game is quite different. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've never played the tabletop version, so I was interested to see how this all works. But yep. All right, cool. Anyway, friends, that'll do it for me for tonight. If you happen to run across this on the YouTubes and you have a like and or a subscribe that you can spare and maybe toss my way, that would be really swell and awesome. It helps out tremendously, and I appreciate it greatly. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. And hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you, bye.
Space!